You've probably seen the value of your home online. Some of them say your house is worth $550, some of them say they're worth $625. What's with the $75,000 difference? In this video, we'll break down if you can actually trust that automated value for your home, and we'll help you separate useful data from misleading information. We've listed over 100 homes in Minnesota this year. We'll show you where automated valuations get it right and where they get it wrong. We'll cover the accuracy of these online systems, how to pull and adjust your comparables in those systems, and 3, the thing that the online comparables always miss about your properties in Minnesota.
What is an AVM? It's an automated valuation tool that companies like Zillow, they call it their Zestimate, they take comparable properties and put them into their algorithm to break down exactly what they believe your home is worth. Taxes, generally that's another place people will say, hey, where's my valuation? Or my tax statement says my home is worth X. Based off from that, a lot of that information is 12, 18 months lagging behind. So that generally also isn't accurate for that reason. Should you trust your online evaluation? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, depending. So system like Zillow, they show you what comparables they're using when they're comparing your house to get your auto evaluation. Some of the comps are accurate, some are not. That is something you need to look throughout. The property tax statement generally is not as accurate or even close because they're 12 to 18 months behind on their information that they're using to evaluate your property. So in my opinion, sometimes yes, they can be, but you got to look at the fine details to understand what that valuation is. And depending on the site, I would almost say I trust Zillow's Zestimate more than I do your property tax value statement.
How do you check for accuracy when it comes to the online evaluation portals? Is one of the things you can do, especially with Zillow, is it'll tell you exactly which comparable properties they're using to get to your estimate. So a quick thing you can do is look through and see, all right, well, is this one on a lake and my house isn't? Or is this house twice the size of mine versus mine? The other thing you want to do when it comes to comparables, what we do as real estate agents, is you want to take the closest thing that looks like your house in the reasonable time frame, typically between 6 months. So a lot of times we run into having conversations with sellers going, well, hey, my neighbor sold down the street at X number of dollars. And it's like, well, do we know what the interior of that house looks like? Do we know the actual square footage of that house? Because not every house on the block looks the same or has a square footage. So what you want to do is find a similar story property to yours, a similar location to yours, preferably in the same neighborhood, similar square footage to your property. And that should give you a pretty good result on going, hey, my house is better than this, or it's not better than this. Therefore, we should be worth more or worth less. Here's the thing that I see online evaluations tools always miss. They don't understand what's around your property, that location. Is there a pond there? Is there a park there? Is there something that increases that value of that house? Notice that online evaluation tools are typically taking tax records or previous sales and going, it must be the same as this. And it's going to find the closest things around in the neighborhood, assuming that your property is similar. They're going to use proximity as kind of the number one thing. And it might jump to a different neighborhood. It might jump to a different setting. It might jump to, something that doesn't combine with what your property has. The other thing is it can't see the interior of your property, especially if you've done updates to that property and your condition is a lot better than the comparables it's pulling. It won't know that information. So having the most accurate, detailed information on the things that you've updated, where that location is going to help you get the most accurate result of what your house is actually worth. Bottom line is this: you should not be using that tool to price your home on the market. Should you be using that tool to get an idea of where your equity is at in your home if you're not looking to sell? Yes, it's okay. Do you want us to double check your estimate? Click the link below. No appointment, no scheduling, no contracts, just true and accurate information right to your email.